You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Bufa. The search for human remains is now expanding thousands of acres of the Long Island Pine Barrens, and sources say it's all related to the Gilgo Beach killings. Sherry Einhorn tells us more from Manorville.
It's unnerving, definitely unnerving.
Day 3 of an extensive police search of thousands of acres here in the Manorville area that sources say is connected to the Gilgo killings investigation. This morning, we saw canine units from the NYPD searching the woods along Middle Country Road near Tarkill Road in Ridge, Suffolk Police units on Wading River Manor Road at Schultz Road, and New York State Police along Connecticut Avenue by Mill.
It's definitely unnerving and kind of creepy, but not unsurprising. We live in a very wooded area, not a lot of streetlights, so, people like to dump things and we'll see what pans out. I'd like to know what they're looking for.
It's been more than 20 years since the partial remains of Gilgo victims Valerie Mack and Jessica Taylor were discovered in the woods in Manorville. No arrests have been made in their killings.
Definitely police work put to good use. So, yeah, I hope they accomplish what they're setting out to do.
Suspect Rex Hewerman from Massapequa Park pleaded not guilty in connection with the deaths of the so-called Gilgo Four: Amberlynn Costello, Melissa Barthélemy, Maureen Brainerd Barnes, and Megan Waterman.
When I came out of my development this morning, there were state troopers with, I guess, cadaver dogs. So it's a little unsettling, but there's a lot of good people. Let's stay focused on that.
John Jay College of Criminal Justice lecturer Brian Higgins tells Newsday.
The dogs have been trained for, depending on what you're looking for, the gases that are being released from decomposing bodies. And they have the ability to detect that even if the body is covered.
I hope they can give some closure to these families if they can find, people.
We did reach out to Suffolk Police for a comment. They referred us to the Suffolk District Attorney's Office. The DA has said they do not comment on active investigations while they are underway. That's the very latest now in Manorville. I'm Sherry Einhorn for Newsday TV.
A Long Island father caught on video abusing his infant son is now facing charges. Vincent DeStacy is facing multiple assault charges and 2 counts of endangering the welfare of a child. Prosecutors say they have video of the South Setauket man strangling, punching, and smothering his 5-week-old son. Police arrested the 31-year-old in January, and the baby needed to be put on life support. The man has since pleaded not guilty, and his bail has been set at $300,000. And a convicted felon and gang member will face a Suffolk County judge. Latique Johnson, also known as La Brim, is facing multiple conspiracy charges for allegedly directing Bloodhound Brim gang operations while behind bars. It's all part of a larger indictment against 31 alleged gang members that cops say went on a crime spree that included killing a Bronx teacher in Hempstead last year. And a social media threat has Suffolk County Police increasing security at Islip schools. Now, cops say threats were made by a man who was identified but not yet located. Now, when students return from spring recess on Monday, they'll see more cops at each of their schools. And in a letter, the superintendent asked the community to be observant and vigilant. And another special flag was hoisted on Long Island in honor of Autism Awareness Month. The Neurodivergent Strength Awareness flag was flying high in downtown Glen Cove today. 31-year-old Josh Mursky is on the autism spectrum and says he wants people like him to be celebrated for their strengths rather than be pitied.
And it represents the strength of the neurodiverse people and celebrates them coming over hardships of being marginalized throughout history.
Neurodiversity is the concept that differences in brain functions are normal and have both weaknesses and have strengths. And only in Newsday, a local business is keeping it old school when it comes to fax machines, typewriters, and more. Steve Langford takes us back in time.
Behind the doors of this thriving business in Bayshore sits a sort of Smithsonian of 70s systems and stuff.
Sometimes the older is better.
Old desk phones, wall calendars, typewriters, a boombox, you name it, at All-Star Carts and Vehicles and sister business American Classic Ice Cream Manufacturing, where obsolescence is for adolescents.
This is actually a VCR recorder and an old TV.
No time here to explain what a video cassette recorder is, but they keep it around for training videos, says Robert Conrad, who owns the businesses with his older brother.
When we go over here in the office, I will show you a Rolodex.
Imagine trying to explain what a Rolodex is to a young temp.
Yes, we do have that many times.
Technophobes, Luddites, cavemen, the Conrad brothers couldn't care less. They believe old can be gold.
The old stuff works better.
Just ask the people who make ice cream products here. The old chocolate waterfall machine from the 1950s. They'll take any day. The new $27,000 machine bought a few years ago sits idle, wrapped in garbage bags.
But you can see it's all digital. And nobody liked to use it.
Don't even start with artificial intelligence.
So maybe today I could file my script by fax machine and then punch out for the day.
We all have a shelf life. Steve Langford for NewsdayTV.
Now, to read more about this story, you will have to use the computer to go to Newsday.com, click Get More, below the NewsdayTV video box.
What's Up on Long Island is brought to you by Santana and Counting Crows, coming to Northwell Health at Jones Beach Theater on July 21st.
All right, here's what's up on Long Island. Why not see Tracy Morgan perform stand-up? He'll be at the Paramount in Huntington on Saturday night. Or check out the Tobay Outdoor Car Show. Classics, collectibles, and vintage models will all be on display. It's this Sunday in Tobay Beach parking lot. And check out the Long Island Guitar Festival. It's underway now through Sunday at several venues in Setauket. For more info and events, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Now let's take a look at your mostly dry Long Island weather. Now I say mostly dry because you'll see in a second what I mean here. You can see tonight we are in the mid-30s. Tomorrow looks like we're nearing 60s, and it's gonna be a really nice day tomorrow. Taking a closer look, you see this is our sun graphics, my favorite of them all. Sunny all day, temps near 60s, but if you look at the 7-day forecast, Sunday is kind of throwing a tantrum, but if not, it looks like a beautiful 7-day up ahead.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Fire Island Ferries.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Bufa. Thank you so much for joining us.